Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Zelda Speedruns, where tonight we have the new rando on the block, the Wind Waker HD Randomizer. Yes, we have graduated up about 10 years and a Nintendo platform. We are now in the glorious HD era. We have the losers bracket round 1 race tonight between Loudscapes and mercuryHG. Joined on comms tonight by Chroma and Chiosha. How are you two doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much, Cubs. How you doing, Tio?
I'm also doing very great. I'm pretty hyped for this match. First losers bracket match, and it's also broadcasted on ZSR. I'm very hyped.
Yes, this is going to be our first full elimination match. So players playing for their tournament lives. They've already played once in the tournament already, so we've already seen Loudscapes once here on ZSR. Mercury is going to be his first time showing. And whether you're familiar with the SD rando, the HD rando, whether this is your first time here, we're in for a real treat. Both these runners are going to put on quite a performance, and we're going to see a lot of fun glitches, especially if you have not seen HD Randomizer before compared to SD. The biggest change is going to be the item sliding glitch. So we're going to see both runners starting with the boomerang. They're going to be flying around the ocean as soon as they get going. So we are in for a good one today. I know both these runners have been putting in a lot of practice for this race, so both of them wanting to fight as long as possible. Loudscapes last time going down to Mercury, or I'm sorry, not to Mercury. Loudscapes going down to McJari last week, and Mercury faced Insomnitrix, one of our trackers today. So both of them looking for a little revenge, not looking to go out without swinging. So it's going to be a good one today.
For sure. Yeah. So we have a bunch more different checks than SD has. So even if you're familiar with SD checks, this is gonna be really different and yeah, really cool.
Yeah, some of the biggest changes. So all of the bosses have a guaranteed piece of the Triforce. So we're going to see 3 required dungeons, and all 3 of those bosses having a required piece of the Triforce. We love calling it cheese. We have the spoils bags checks enabled that SD usually does not. And yeah, here we go. Oh, this race is about to get started soon.
All right.
So kicking off to it, the most important thing are going to be those dungeons. I know Loudscapes, personally, he's not a fan of Tower of the Gods. So if we see Tower of the Gods, like we did last time in his race, he's not going to be too happy. But
Yeah,
right,
that's
here
gonna be
we
tragic.
go.
All right, starting at what island is
Western
the?
Ferry.
Yeah,
Western Ferry. So if the runners remember, they can get salvage core. Mail to FF. Okay. Angular to Forbidden Woods, and FF to ET. Wow. Okay. So for Forsaken Fortress, Forbidden Woods, and Earth Temple, 2 of the shortest dungeons in the game, and then by far the longest, the most difficult dungeon in the game right after that. We are seeing Earth Temple. Oh, I'm excited. Looks like Foolish Hints are doing pretty okay. Nothing absurd.
Yeah, right now, pretty average hints.
No golf chest. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
No bird
quick
speak.
horseshoe.
No bird speak comboed with cliff flat. That's another really good one. So, no tingle. So Loudscape saves from some of the pain of last seed. Tingle.
Manga's letter is not required also.
That's another slow check. Have to go turn in the letter and then go bring to the cafe postman.
Yeah.
It looks like Mercury is gonna warp away. Oh, because he doesn't need to check the C. I did not notice the Great C is hinted foolish, so no point of grabbing salvage core there. And Mercury heads to Windfall as Loud heads to Dragon Roost. 2 of our most commonly seen early sphere islands. Lots of checks. More at Windfall than Dragon Roost, but Escape's hoping to pick up something nice before his first trip to the main island.
Yeah, and you have the advantage at Dragon Roost that you can basically do anything besides the spoils jet right off the bat. Whereas at Windfall, you can do half of the island, and then the other half is still locked. So
Yeah, it's very common that we'll see runners return to Windfall 2, even 3 times.
Yeah,
So-
already a triple shard from this Songstone.
Yeah, Loudscape's picking up his first piece of the cheese there. And we're going to see they're using the item sliding glitch already, building speed exponentially, and then sliding into the wall to go peek that fly across chest. And now we're going to see the union of HD and SD patched back in, dry storage. So Loudscape's first try, very clean. He's going to be storing this chest and using the altered hitbox that you get from doing so to go grab that spiky chest he peeked. So already using both HD and SD strats. So full clear, or almost full clear Dragon Roost.
Yeah, and note that it's not possible to do storage in HD, but this randomizer patched it back in. So yeah, that's a pretty cool feature and allows for a bunch of cool things that you couldn't do on SD or HD, but you can do in the combination of both. So yeah, very cool.
I want to see Loudscapes, hopefully, just needs to finish this navigation. Very nice. And Mercury picked up his shield. So we're going to see that's going to be pretty required with Earth Temple. We're going to need both shields, just like the power bracelets are required.
Yeah, speaking of.
So that's going to be really nice to find early. And can't help but notice Mercury failing to start a lot of his item slides. So...
Yeah,
and as I say that,
want to reset his dead zones.
Yeah, I know you do it differently. I should note that Mercury is one of our 2 runners this tournament that is playing on emulator. So he's all the runners this tournament, except for Mercury and Insomnitrix, are playing on a Wii U, holding the Wii U gamepad, our favorite non-awkward controller.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, Mercury is on Simu emulator, so he's going to have a little bit different control scheme. I don't think he has gyro enabled, which is going to be a major difference from most of the runners, but other than that, there's just about no advantage to playing on emulator, unless you crash your game, of course.
Yeah.
And now we're going to see Mercury going for... Oh, I forgot, he does a strat in an interesting way. He's going to be going for a Lenzo clip here. So you can actually get to Lenzo's roof early by doing an item slide jump there. Again, building speed into the corner and then using your sword to hop across. And then he's going to use his speed here into the back of Lenzo roof. Very clean. Hits the load zone and no chest for it, unfortunately. But that's really nice to see from Mercury, because that's a trick that can really trick runners up at the start.
Yeah. So I noticed that Loud got a wallet which gives us a mail, which could be useful. It's also an angular, which we'll see if Mercury picks that up soon or not.
Yeah, we'll be able to tell right away if that's important or not. I am a little surprised. One of the most common staples of this randomizer that we see runners do is chain together swims. So you can see Mercury, he is swimming right to angular. He's getting his wallet right away, actually.
Yeah.
And we might see Mercury try to swim off angular again. Loudscape chose not to swim off angular, which does save some water RNG, but it's a little bit slower than what you can usually get trying to swim. So he's just trying to prioritize his Sphere 0, maybe checking that mail hint right away, because we have mail hinted to Forsaken Fortress. So he really wants to get to a mailbox fast. Let's see what this hints. Delivery bag. So that could be an even greater chain hint. So perhaps the hammer is waiting in the cabana. Or no, it can't be in the cabana. It would have to be something else in the mail, I suppose.
Yeah. Alright, so right here in our little clip that you can do an outer using an item slide. So you're probably familiar with clipping using a roll clip, but yeah, item sliding trivializes a lot of places with slopes. So you'll see a lot of clips using, yeah. using those collisions.
So now I'm curious, where's Loud going now? Instantly... Oh, I must have skipped. He marked off Mesa and Great Fairy early, so he's going back for those checks. He's gonna go up top. And there, like you just mentioned, the roll clip, you're partially clipped in into some collision. If you perform a roll on the first frame, you're actionable. You're able to get inside, and skipping the nighttime requirement.
And getting the cabinet, which could be useful, knowing that mail leads to homework. So we could see something like bombs. I think bombs are in logic, or yeah, something like that.
Yeah, bombs, a master sword. There are many options, but yeah, I'm gonna be really interested in what's in that cabana. And runners will need a grappling hook before they can go and check it, the inside of the cave. But
yeah,
as soon as I could find that, I would not be surprised to see Loud or Mercury sprinting to the cabana. So, overall, Mercury now heading to Dragoners, catching up where Loud's already been. The only difference in their items are really Maggie's letter, which does nothing, it was hinted dead.
yeah.
And then Mercury has a bottle compared to Loudscape's power bracelets, but we know Mercury's about to grab those power bracelets. We having the bottle, you have to also wonder, male to FF, could Grandma have our hinted item? One of my favorite checks in the randomizer. Is Mercury struggling a little bit with the storage here? It is double frame perfect, but oh, you could see his mouse on the screen there. That does show he was showing to set his dead zones, resetting his controls. That's part of the Simu experience that we mentioned before, but still struggling to get the initial Wind Waker dive. He must be going early since he's not getting any late pulls. But there he goes.
Got it first try as soon as he could pull it.
Now we're going to see Mercury attempt the same trick that Loudscapes did before. Oh, but failed to get under the island. So it's a really cool combination of tricks. Using this first Wind Waker dive. Same dive that Mercury had to get before for storage. He got it first try this time, but didn't clip under the island. If you pull a Wind Waker while you're over water, you just start to fall as long as you let Link will fall. He will keep falling, so use that to clip and bounds. While Loudscapes continues to swim across the ocean. He's able to skip the golf chest here, so he's going to be able to just go straight into the cave, and HD has a really wonderful golf skip in general. Just being able to slide right past the vines really fast.
Oh yeah, that's super cool. And also the fact that golf is dead means that he won't have to come back for this chest in any case, which makes this island very worth it.
He's gonna get
yeah, this has three checks from this cave and also the two chests from the platforms.
Yeah, we're gonna see some cool strats on the platforms, but Loudscapes has one of his main enemies in this randomizer has been the birds that hang out on those horseshoe platforms. They have not been very nice to him, but I know he's been grinding. I know he's been shoring up every strat that he's been struggling with lately, so surely he has an answer for these birds. As we find a spiky chest.
Yeah. Also Mercury heading for Crescent Moon. Unfortunately, it's not spiky, and Loud got a Master Sword, so yeah. Right now, going to Horseshoe was a pretty good idea.
Yeah, and Mercury, I was going to mention, a lot of the strats people do in this randomizer involve save scumming, where you're going to save on an island where you can super swim, like Dragon Roost, and then either no save and quit or save and quit in the water in order to get your boat back, or back to the island that you first swam from. But Mercury, interesting to see him save on Crescent. Oh my god, it allows him facing two birds at once! Oh my god, they are... you can see he's trying to juke them. He's trying his best. Oh no, this is really scary. And
Oh,
Mercury picks
vanilla
up a
bow.
fairy and a vanilla bow. Yeah, mother and child usually giving you the fire and ice arrows. This time picking up his first bow. And no need, you can clip out and fight Cyclos at mother and child as well, but with the C dead, Mercury has no need. But that's going to be the first solid item advantage for Mercury, because I know how much runners do not like using the boomerang. Meanwhile, loudscapes finds his hammer. With the hammer and the sword, runners, it's very easy to bypass bombs with either item sliding clips or even just tricking the doors at Forsaken Fortress to shoot themselves and let you in. So we're going to see loudscapes go to Forsaken Fortress pretty soon, I'd have to imagine. There's nothing keeping him back now. And the grappling
even grappling hook, so he doesn't even have to do the hard escape. So yeah, he can use grappling hook to get past this one gap, which runners kind of hate. So yeah, I'd also, yeah, he's going for Forsaken Fortress, which makes a lot of sense. As we said earlier, this will have a Triforce piece, and also it's required, so there might be other effects. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, another item slide clip at a slope, and we see Loud jumping right to Phantom Ganon. Oh, it's so fast. And meanwhile, Mercury did pick up his soup from Grandma. He did save her. And if that is a path to Forsaken Fortress, we now know it has nothing to do with the hammer or even that delivery bag. But unless their bombs are in the cabana, I think that's still very possible. But obviously, you're able to get into Forsaken Fortress with some glitches and everything in Sphere Zero. But I have noticed Mercury picking up a little bit. It seems like his start was a little not going his way, failing some Wind Waker dives, failing some item slides, but he's picked up a lot. So he's still checking a lot of things that Loudscapes has checked already. We're going to have to wait to see if he gets anything else to put to his advantage other than this bow. But I'm liking the way Mercury is playing right now. He's definitely playing a little better, and Loudscapes is playing. I was gonna say I like some of the strat selection, not going for early diamond step, something that I know has given him trouble in the past, just chasing these dungeons really early. But getting a little trouble from the mini blends right now.
Yeah. You also have to keep in mind that Mercury has the bow and also Grandma advantage, which we know that first off, bow is obviously very useful, but also male could also be Grandma, so yeah. Speaking of, I think this is Grandma's letter that he's gonna check.
Yeah, let's see what she has. Obviously, you have to save her anyway. Mercury crossing his fingers on the stream. He's hoping this is his path hint. And shaking his head, he knows that's a path to nowhere. Oh my god, Loudscapes!
In the low speed clip, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, you can actually hit the loading zone on these doors in Forsaken Fortress just by sliding into them, and bypass it altogether. And Loudscape's getting the earliest possible way to trigger the door, and another early one. That's very nice.
Yeah, you also have to notice that Loudscapes got a shield from Forsaken Fortress. So now we know that both shields are accessible. So I think one is in Windfall and the other is in Forsaken Fortress. And you also have to notice that pretty cool design, the +1.
Yeah, we talked about it last time. I'll save the entire story this time, but Loudscapes featuring his iconic +1 shield. What does the +1 stand for? Is it +1 dungeon? Is it +1 victory today? We'll see. But the origins, he's hoping to never repeat the origins of that shield's name, and get a clean victory. With one dungeon, everything cleared off. Under 20 minutes, Loudscape's got to be feeling good about this seed right now. Oh, and Mercury just clipped from outset a whole quadrant to Horseshoe. That was not intentional. I can't confirm he was going for a jump to check the outset Great Fairy, but that was an insane target op. Yeah, that's correct in the chat. He didn't use angle storage, and the hop just missed, I suppose. There's some interesting strats to go for to get over to this Forest of Fairies early, but one of the most striking things, Mercury compared to any other runner, Mercury has very interesting strat selection. He does not watch the randomizer as much as the other runners watch each other play, and he tends to find his own way to do a lot of strats. Like we saw on Lenzo clip, he did it completely unbuffered very quickly. That's a strat that only Mercury goes for. Going over to this rock for this jump is also a strat I have to imagine only Mercury goes for. Most runners do not go for this strat anymore, but he hits it second try. Very clean.
Yeah, so compared to SD, you have to fight a hallmark in HD normally. That's because if you try and use the storage threat, it's just softbox. So, well, it does not softlock. It's more complicated than that. But basically, the AI is weird, and you don't really want to. So yeah, fortunately,
Yeah,
you have to fight him.
We do have a way to fix his RNG, so it's not the worst fight in the world compared to fighting him vanilla. But yeah, I've had some very fun experiences trying to get Homework storage to work in HD, and he will just fly in the wall and fly in circles and circles and circles, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's technically possible to do it, but very much not worth it, considering that the strat doesn't even work. But yeah, here is the cheese that was guaranteed. So very neat.
I also notice on Mercury's personal tracker, I believe he does not have the bow marked. He does not have his piece of the Triforce marked either. He did get a piece of the Triforce from Wind Shrine while he was at Dragon Roost. Unless I'm mistaken and he completely skipped it.
I cannot imagine so.
Yeah, but just not being super accurate on the tracker right now. We'll see if that bites him later, but for now I'm sure Mercury he's a no DNF potential. And loudscapes picks up his bow.
No, very risky strat, considering that he has bow to target. Yeah, that's the kind of strat that Mercury goes for and no one else goes for.
Yeah, having a hammer like Loudscapes does or having bombs makes swimming much easier, but usually you'll see runners opt for some target strats like Mercury did on Windfall and Dragon Roost, but here he's going full YOLO for his speed, just trying to enter the water by going slowly to the left. Yeah, very risky, I can't advocate for this. But...
Yeah, as an old Legends runner, I'm very sad.
And that's exactly the issue. We saw him have too little speed a few times in a row, and now he has too much speed, and has to attempt to swim again. So, overall, trying to just think about... Oh, I just realized something that I didn't think about. So we had the Forsaken Fortress to Earth Temple path. That was very clearly the shield. We had mail to... But we're still waiting for mail to FF, which might be the delivery bag. But Angular to Forbidden Woods. That's the hint that I almost completely skipped over in my head. So that was the wallet mail leading to delivery bag as well. So do we think the leaf might be in Cabana?
That's a good question. Yeah, I think Angular has nothing else, right? So...
Yeah, the inside cave was dead. Runners did mark it off. So, I believe the next... We're going to see runners want to get into dungeons as fast as possible. That's just the hallmark of this randomizer. The dungeons are... It's very, very rare that you get an unhinted dead dungeon. So, we're just going to see runners want to get into the dungeon ASAP. But... I'm surprised. Loud does have everything he needs to go clear Cabana, so he might swim there right after he's done at Windfall. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, it would be very awkward for him if he got leave, or bombs. Both our items are very important, very fast. Alright, so far I think both runners are doing what the other one did a few minutes ago. So yeah, Mercury got his Master Sword.
I'm struggling to think of the checks that Mercury has done that Loud does not. It has to be like the dead crescent moon, and that's about it. Like,
Yeah,
Mercury is Loud is taking a very nice item lead here. The checks that they've done have been very similar, and Loud is just up an entire dungeon. So,
yeah, but then again,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. Then ahead, again, Forsaken Fortress is not that slow of a dungeon. It's a pretty fast dungeon to do, so.
Yeah, and we're gonna see Mercury pick up his hammer and probably also clear out Forsaken Fortress as soon as he's done here.
Yeah.
So, Loudscapes has a insanely open overworld right now. He's gonna be safety saving and swimming around, but this is gonna be. We're probably gonna see Mercury follow in Loud's footsteps as Loud again follows in Mercury's and goes to check Crescent Moon. So, yeah, both runners just looking. I have to imagine for the leaf more than anything to really get them going. Mercury doing a little bit slower, but a much safer version of the strat Loudscapes did to jump in between these platforms. You're able to use the shield while sliding, and you maintain all your speed. So you're gonna see it looks kind of funny, but Mercury is gonna be sliding across at full speed with the shield out. And then once he gets to the edge, he goes zip right across.
Yeah, and here is fine. Here is the hammer. Now, Loud is going for Pop Range, which is pretty smart. But also he has the whole cabana opened. I wonder if he's gonna keep that open for long, or if he's gonna clear that soon.
Well, it looks like Popcorn was a good choice. Let's see what the spiky is.
Very nice.
Wow, really good choice.
Yeah.
So that's gonna. I do fear that that's gonna send him away from Cabana a little longer. But, you know, lots of times in this randomizer, runners end up moving towards full clear. Obviously, we saw in the last race, Loudscapes had to absolutely full clear. So, going on a pathing, you getting all these fire and ice checks out of the way, is not the worst idea. We're going to see another fun strat here, Loudscapes going. Using angle storage, you're able to jump right across to the Wizrobe Cave, bypassing the hookshot entirely. And then there are going to be some other cool strats to get some collat shots on the Wizrobe. Meanwhile, Mercury did pull off early diamond stuff very well.
Yeah, that's very good. So he doesn't have to get hookshot to go to diamond step, which I don't think runners will do. Well, I think Loud knows how to hover, but I don't think Mercury knows how to. But either way, going into diamond step early is a pretty good choice.
Yeah, it's very funny that runners were doing checks to skip the hook shot at the same time. But I think you make a good point when TWWHD mentioned hovering. So for those of you familiar with the vanilla speedrun for HD, or even some SD speedruns, I will say I'm not as versed in my SD categories as I should be. But you have to be familiar with zombie hovering. So at the end of HD specifically, we have the Morph hover glitch, which allows you to bypass the hookshot to get up to Ganon's room. And that is legal in the randomizer. So I can confirm Loudscapes is the only one of these two runners that knows how to Morph hover. But he's going to try to avoid it as much as he can. It's a lot slower than just hookshotting. But we'll see what he ends up having to do this seed.
Yeah. It's not uncommon to find hook shots somewhere along the path. Yeah, and meanwhile, Mercury got Moblin's letter, I believe, which could also, since the delivery bag was kind of hinted, it could also lead to that. So we will just have to see. Yeah, now it's still not going for Private Oasis, which is an interesting choice.
It's a kind of what I figure would happen. You have to warp when you're at a island you can't swim at, like Paw Print, and you warp to Windfall. Oh, I have the Fire and Ice now. I might as well do my Fire and Ice checks. So he's gonna go for Cuban Transparent here.
You know
So
what? That's fair.
it's not the worst mentality. You're gonna have to warp anyway. You're gonna have to swim anyway. But it's definitely not on the path like we see Mercury chasing his delivery bag path, and maybe Loudscape should be chasing. But again, runners full clear so often, you can't really call this a mistake.
Yeah. Also, Mercury could go clear for second fortress now. I wonder if that's on his mind, or if he's waiting for a leaf somehow.
Yeah, I'm also curious. You have to wonder with Mercury knowing, again, a different set of strats compared to most runners. Um, is he even thinking about clipping into Forsaken Fortress, or does he want bombs? That's another consideration. Or, yeah, does he need Leaf or Hookshot to make his way through some of the dungeon? These are questions that we're gonna have to wait to answer. But um, we did see Moblin's letter led to Pictobox. So if this is the path to Forbidden Woods, it's going to be a little bit of a longer path. But
Yeah,
Mercury. Yeah. Go ahead.
that would definitely be an interesting path, considering that it is a very long chain. So, yeah.
Welcome into everyone rating. If this is your first time in seeing HC Randomizer, welcome. Runners are going to be flying across the game. This is Losers Bracket Round 1. Runners playing for their tournament lives right now. We got Loudscapes on the left. I'd say, if you had to say someone had a lead, who would you say had the lead right now, Tio? Loudscapes
I
or
think
Mercury?
Cloudscapes have the lead right now.
I would agree. Both in terms of items and locations checked, he's really starting to pull away. But we can see that change in an instant if Mercury, who's checking some of these longer paths, gets rewarded with a really nice item at the end of this path. But
Yeah.
so far, we saw Grandma have nothing. So Grandma have nothing. Maybe if Pompey and Vera has nothing, that's going to be another long check that Mercury's gone out of his way for that is pretty painful.
Yeah, but then again, if it has leaf, then he can consider going for Forbidden Woods instantly, because you really just need leaf, and also bombs from Needlemark, so that was a pretty good choice to chase the Fire and Ice checks. So.
Yeah, I'm very surprised to find bombs there. So logically, that chest that Loudscape's got, he used a very cool strat with Fire and Ice arrows to have the bird hit the switch for you, but the intended logic is using the bait bag. So now I have to wonder, is Cabana a scam? Is Pompey and Vera a scam? Are they leading to bait bag? So we'll have to see.
Oh?
And no, Pompey and Vera give Hurricane Spin! Oh, don't be fooled by the model of that sword, ladies and gentlemen. That was not another sword. That was the Hurricane Spin. Pure bait for Mercury.
Yeah. That's also the second time. It's the second time that we go on ZSR, and it's the second time that we find Hurricane Speed, which is not common, to be honest. So.
No, we have a few items that we really like seeing in the randomizer. Some of them on the tracker, some of them not. Like Hurricane Spin has its own spot on the personal tracker. The Tingle Bottle, another favorite. Hero's Charm, that's my favorite, I think. But yeah, 2 Hurricane Spins in a row. I know runners that prefer to not find it because it actually hurts. With some strats, you like to hold down B. But actually, I forgot there's Jalhalla in this seed. So do you think we're going to see runners use Hurricane Spin on Jalhalla?
I would hope so.
And Mercury still finding just about nothing right now. Struggling to make these paths worth it, and picking up another safety fairy. Can't say I'm a fan of the safe decisions when your tournament life is on the line, and you're up against a runner like Loudscapes in Mercury's position. I think you have to be going for just about every strat you can.
Oh yeah.
Seeing him play safe here, it's not inspiring a lot of hope, but we are seeing him enter the first dungeon. That's a good sign for Mercury. Gonna get on his way.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, let's see if the ice ring was morphing. This is a spiky, so... Oh yeah, now there's also picking out spoils because, as we said before... Oh, Triforce, that's good. But yeah, spoils are gonna be maybe required. There's a bunch of checks behind them. We know that Loud got pretty baited last seed from the spoils bag. Hopefully this is not the same thing today.
Oh, and he's sailing to Cabana. Look at that. That's it's pretty rare to see runners sail. And you have to point out Mercury is trying to clip into Forsaken Fortress and failing. I believe he's converting to positive speed, and you're not supposed to.
He is. Oh, he got it.
Okay, there he goes. So, yeah, turning around backwards, make sure you get a clip in place, so it's not going to be as fast as the insta-clip we saw Loud do earlier, but I'm just happy to see him in the dungeon. That was getting scary for a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's another good point. No pwings. We do have the quiet swift sail, one of my favorite changes to the randomizer. Some runners still choose to leave it off, but could not be me.
Yeah, it's just at some point you get so used to this swing song. If you don't have it, it just feels weird, you know. Alright, let's see if that Cabana deed was actually worth it or not. Because although I think Pictobox did not have anything, it could still... Oh yeah, no, it didn't have anything. It had Hurricane Spin. But it could also be Minico, so...
Yeah, the path with Pictobox is not entirely dead yet. But I'm really... I've noticed, I'm liking Loudscape's pathing, but you also have to notice he hasn't been to an island he really needs to save scum yet. He hasn't found an entirely dead island compared to Mercury, who's been to many already. So, I think Loudscapes he's pathing pretty well, but he's also getting quite lucky. And we're gonna have to see if that keeps up. We saw the first check in Cabana was dead, so maybe our predictions about this were wrong. And it really is the Pictobox leading to bait bag or leaf or whatever it may be. But
alright, let's see.
Oh, a nice peek strat there from Loud, getting behind the ladder to see the spiky chest. Meanwhile, Mercury, again, some very interesting pathing inside Forsaken Fortress. You don't see many other runners go for the way he went around the bottom. And like we did mention, it is actually the bait bag that's in Cabana. Once we saw the bombs at Needle Rock, we thought that might be the case, and it was. So, bait bag not, again, could be required. We have Big Pig, and Top of Headstone, 2 checks that do also require the bait bag.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm starting to lose track of this leaf. I'm curious, Tio. Where do you think this leaf could be hiding? Because that's the next item to get us going in this.
Honestly, I would have really assumed that it was in Cabana, but Currently not. So I really don't know. But looks like Loud is going for Big Pig, so still hoping on Leaf being behind Bait Bag. But you also have to wonder if he just forgot that he got the bombs at a logically required Bait Bag allocation. So
He could also be chasing, and it was Angular to Forbidden Woods. So that delivery bag is also leading to Forbidden Woods somewhere down the line. Now, could that be bombs? That could very well be bombs leading to Forbidden Woods. So at this point, the paths are almost getting too intertwined, too many possibilities. It could be locked behind Bait Bag, it could be locked behind bombs, could it be locked behind anything at this point, really. And yeah, no space piggies. That's a good point in the chat. We're not able to throw the pig across the lake, as the pig is kind of getting a little picky today. He's not wanting to eat his dinner. Loudscapes. He just bought this gourmet from Beetle's shop. It's fresh. And let's see, the pig finally eats, and hey, a piece of cheese.
that's not bad.
So, Loudscape's taking a big advantage on the cheese here.
Yeah, especially since this check is really slow, and usually runners go for it around the end. So that's gonna be a kind of a big advantage against Mercury. We'll have to see if that comes into play.
I do believe that is Loudscape's fourth piece of the Triforce. Yeah, because he has the one, Ice Ring, Inner Cave, and then Big Pig are the two pieces that he has over Mercury right now. So that's going to be, those are two later Sphere Triforce pieces. That's going to be really, really a big advantage for him. But again, you can see he's already coming to the same conclusion. No more paths to chase. Might as well just go start clearing things as fast as you can. So, unless I'm mistaken again, and he thinks the male might be grandma. So, looking for the bottle here.
Yeah,
I forgot
unfortunately,
Loudscape never picked up his 20 rupees, I believe.
yeah. Graham the Seed, not much to say, but also he is kind of forced to say grandma because, as we know, if you don't, you're committing a war crime. So
Oh my god!
not. Oh, what was that?
He forgot the leaf. He's teabagging. Look at him.
Alright.
Oh my god. He stopped chasing all of those paths just for it to be. I mean, that could have been a logical bomb lock, but it's also locked by fire and ice arrows. And at this point, it's really hard to tell what the logic was really pointing to there. But Loud knows that's silly. With all the possible path hints, it ends up there. That's really silly. So, because runners can clip into Southern Fairy, either at the very beginning of the seed or as soon as they get another item sliding item other than Boomerang. And we're going to see Loudscapes head straight to Forbidden Woods. He's been waiting to Dungeon Rush. He still has a decent bit of Overworld ready, but like I mentioned earlier, there's almost no hope of go-moding a dungeon, especially this early, so Loud is going to get into Forbidden Woods, and we're going to see some more fun uses of chest storage in here to skip some keys, skip some checks, and go really fast. Meanwhile, Mercury...
Right.
Did Loud ever pick up his letter from Tingle? Oh, he did.
I believe not.
I just saw it was the Iron Boots from Mercury, and Loud has Iron Boots, so he must have
Okay.
it.
Misinformation.
Yeah, I missed where Loud got all his rupees from. Mercury definitely winning the rupee battle this seed. Very clean item slide jump. You're able to cross that entire gap in one frame. Yeah, the item. We haven't talked too much about the item sliding glitch. We mentioned it a couple times at the beginning, but for those of you that are not familiar with how the trick works technically, when you have a first-person item like the bow, the boomerang, hookshot, anything that gives you a first-person view other than the telescope, when you have your analog stick held entirely in one direction, and then the next frame, you have it held at what we'll call an ESS position, a very slight position in the opposite direction. Imagine holding full up and then slightly down. You start to build speed, multiplying your speed every frame. So I believe it's around 1.4 every frame, is that correct?
It is 1.2.
1.2, okay. So 1.2 every frame, you're able to build speed, and runners use this to build super swims, to jump across large gaps, to clip into walls. We're going to see it. We've seen it used everywhere. We're going to see it used in even more creative ways in this dungeon and in the rest of this indeed. So that's a really, really fun glitch, exclusive to HD.
Yeah, technically the code comes from SD, but that's a story. So the way that this glitch works is that Nintendo was not happy with first-person item movement, and their solution was kind of just to multiply the speed by 1.2, which is a really bad idea because they capped the speed at positive but not in negative. So yeah, that happens. You do some funny conversion, which are very easy, as you can see. I can get negative speed very easily, and then the 1.2 speed increase, well, it does that. So yeah.
And now we saw loudscapes. He stored a chest, like we saw chest storage earlier. And now we're going to see the first time using chest storage and item sliding together. I know that loudscapes was messaging me. He was practicing this strat earlier today. So we're going to see using his chest storage to get up on this collision, walk all the way up here, stored angle over at this other piece of wood, and then by sliding and jumping over, you're able to just cross the room in an instant. He's having a little bit of trouble hitting the collision here. Uh-oh. I am worried for him. And he's going to play it safe. Okay, so unfortunate. Not get the super fast movement landing with chest storage on that log, but he's able to back it up, not panic, because it is possible to lose your storage in this room. It's possible to drown, and if you fall all the way to the bottom, and very, very fortunate to see Loudscapes keep his bearings and keep his storage here, because he's able to still, again, jump across the room, walk up here, and oh man, I love this dungeon.
It is a very cool dungeon, especially in Rando. Also, he stored a spiky, so we'll have to see what that gives.
Meanwhile, Mercury gonna pick up his fire and ice here.
Yeah, so he's a little bit behind on what he needs to answer Forbidden Woods, but let's see if that leads him to do that.
It is interesting. That fire and ice, that is the logic Mercury needs to go get his leaf. So Southern Fairy, I mean, could also send him towards Needle Rock to get bombs. So the fire and ice we know was a huge pull this seed. I didn't even realize it at the moment, but it was much bigger than either of us thought. We thought something was going to be in Cabana, and instead it was waiting on Southern Fairy the whole time. And trying to figure out.
Oh.
So
yeah,
we know
I was
it wasn't
wondering.
A piece of the Triforce. What did he store?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. He did get a Triforce piece right now, but that's not what he stored.
So you have to imagine he would not bother putting it on his tracker if it's a Tingle statue, if it's a second bottle since he already has one, or even if it's Ghost Ship chart since we know the sea is hinted dead. So it could be any of those items. He can't even tell if he has the Ghost Ship chart until afterwards, until after he's out of this dungeon. So we're gonna have to wait and see a while, but it looks like nothing important right now.
Splicing.
Some slight.
No, that's not actually a splice. So if your dead zones are incorrect and you struggle with ESSing, You can hold plus minus B and A to reset them, but pressing minus brings up this pop-up, which puts the screen on your gamepad, which we like to call splicing for it because, well, you cannot see the game. But yeah, another thing is that on gamepad you can check your inventory, so that's unlike SD, so we can't actually know what he got from the spiky, and yeah, that's also something.
Yeah. I do notice loudscapes, he did not mark the first bottle he found, so if, I would doubt he even marked the second. Meanwhile, Mercury has, well, he has the other 3, so we love saying when runners get to bottle percent when they find all 4 bottles, if it ever happens. And it looks like it might just happen this seed. Mercury is very close. Loud, we're not sure. And light arrows! Oh my word. So Forbidden Woods, very much not dead. That is a great pull from Loud. And now he's only looking at 1 wild piece of the Triforce, because he has 2 at his bosses. And then his hook shot. Unless he can even skip his hook shot. And then it's just a sword hunt, which we know how the swords treated Loud last time.
Oh yeah. Let's hope that this dude is not a Redux.
Yeah. For those of you that may or not have caught it, do you want to inform runners what happened, or inform the audience what happened to Loud last time?
Yeah, so the last sword in Loud versus Majori was really not fortunate for Loud. So he had to check everything, including Hyrule. So he did a double deep to Hyrule because he did not check Hyrule last. So very unfortunate. And he also found Spol's bag, which sent him on a bunch more quests and checks, which yeah, it was very unfortunate. I don't even remember what it was. Do you?
I believe he needed to get his Tingle statues to get his sword at Tingle.
Oh yeah.
And then it might have. Yeah, I believe it was just Tingle.
Yeah.
Also, we see Loud with a clean Forbidden Woods boss key skip using storage, going very anti-crash there. Also with a first try bomb push storage, so not an easy strat. Loudscapes pulling out some of the fancy strats, partially for safety, but not losing a second to it. That's really nice to see from him.
Alright, and for in the woods, I mean, Kali Demos with Master Sword is very fast. Especially since in HD you do way more damage by doing a jump slash quick spin, which we call jump spin, which can one shot this boss so very fast.
Yeah, this is gonna be cheese number 6. We know Loud loves to mark his cheese a little early. And it's really, so 1 again is gonna be guaranteed at Valhalla, and then we don't have any information on any of the missing items on Mercury's side. It's usually, this is pretty rare. I feel like at some point you would expect the runners to find something that the other one needs, but at this point, Mercury has already been playing catch up for a little bit here, and he's been a lot unluckier than Loud, clearing out some islands like Western that we know are entirely dead, getting those early instead of something like I don't know, Loud's had lots of luck rushing every single location, having at least 1 spiky chest.
Yeah, but it looks like things are going to turn around because Mercury is going for Southern, which we know has Leaf. So yeah, that's going to be his Forbidden Woods clear, hopefully. And then, yeah, we'll just have to see. He does have a slight cheese disadvantage. He's missing, I believe, 1 cheese? Am I counting right? Yeah, he's missing 1 cheese, so.
Yeah, I believe that's the cheese at Big Pig that we saw Loudscapes pick up earlier. So that's definitely going to be a little bit of a disadvantage for him. It's going to be hard to find that because he has to head all the way to Cabana and then back to Outset. This is also Mercury's third fairy of the seed, his second safety fairy. It only takes 2 seconds to grab a safety fairy, but if you're expecting to die twice with soup in your inventory, that does not scream confidence.
Yeah, especially in losers bracket, you gotta win this match.
Yeah, playing the safety strats are, again, if you can do something like, if your safety strat is like Loud's bomb push storage in Forbidden Woods, that's a fast safety strat. I'm not a fan of Mercury's strat selection here, playing with his tournament life. Obviously, he doesn't know where he is in the seed. He doesn't know that he already is already behind, but he can't be too happy entering Forbidden Woods at almost the hour mark. Still, though, like we said, and like we saw last week, all it takes is one foolish item, Loudscapes finding a spoils bag, or Loudscapes never finding his hookshot, that can lead to an unfortunate scenario with extra clears leading to even upwards of 10 minutes from one item with a spoils bag, or if he tries to morph hover and things go wrong, that could also be many minutes. So it's still no one's game up to the last second, but Loudscapes definitely has a small lead right now, and is gonna, at this point, what does he want more than anything else? I'm curious.
Yeah, I think he's straight up going for it, for Earth Temple. He pretty much has everything yeah, he doesn't need anything else. Nothing to go faster also. Pretty much has every item. Alright, Earth Temple. Earth Temple is a really good dungeon in my opinion, because it really blends the both SD and HD strats, so we'll have to see that. Oh, unfortunate. But yeah, using items flying to jump across huge gaps in Earth Temple, which are pretty common, that's gonna be very cool.
Yeah, and just like we saw in Forbidden Woods, and we will see Mercury redoing in Forbidden Woods in just a little bit, we're going to see another storage route here in Earth Temple. So,
yeah, a very long one.
There are a few variations. Oh, Loud. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
He's not lining up for the correct visual cue right here.
Does not know.
And, safety strat. Now, this is probably for the better here, bringing Medley instead of committing to the item slide jump. Once you're going up again for the 4th time, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
it's all fine.
Mercury is not doing storage, and he let us know that Loud did in fact store Maggie's letter. So he had it marked off early in the seed just because he likes marking off the dead male, but it turns out that actually was Maggie's letter, which is hinted dead, that he stored earlier this seed.
Alright, nice.
But I'm very interested to see Mercury not go for storage. I'm curious, do you know how much time this storage route saves to this non-storage?
Depends. So I'm not sure what he wants to do from here. I assume first you go to the I side and then you go for the small key side. I don't really know.
Maybe he did pick up his small key before getting to storage, so maybe that's a conscious decision. He knows he doesn't need the storage, so that could be a safety strat from Mercury again. Or it could just be not being comfortable with the storage route. Now we know he's going to find his light arrows here, but not much else, if memory serves.
Yeah, there's a walled cheese.
Yeah, there's a cheese up in the by the storage route, that's just across Hanging Flower. Meanwhile, Loudscape says he's gotten to the first obstacle of Earth Temple storage, the first roll clip. So Earth Temple storage is just a there's only a couple roll clips. Oh, and he gets it first try. That is amazing to see.
Impressive. So this roll clip, first off, roll clips are frame perfect. But also this one, you have to hold a pretty specific angle. So, congrats.
Yeah, that's after that roll clip. The rest of the storage is a lot more forgiving than it is without storage. If you've seen Go Mode or if you've seen Earth Temple in an HD speedrun, it's quite technical. But after that first roll clip, you're really kind of home free. And Loudscape's finding his nemesis from last seed. Last time it was at Star Island. This time, we don't have to worry about Star Island, but we still have to worry about the spoils bag.
Yeah, this gotta be some nightmare fuel from this spoils bag. I wonder if he's gonna check that early or not.
I have to imagine that he continues to route for full clear because he has so much left in this seed.
Yeah.
And another first try bomb push storage. And storage is double frame perfect. The bomb push storage throws another input in there. So Loud 2 for 2 on that strat. And I know it's not his favorite strat. He's not the biggest bomb push storage fan, but he is like he's playing very well right now.
Yeah, definitely. So far, nothing huge on his side that got wrong, I believe.
No, I'm struggling to think of any obvious mistakes from Loudscapes here.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to think of too many from Mercury either. Mercury had more small errors, but in terms of debilitating mistakes, it's really not. It's not been bad. I think it's just Loudscapes has really checked a lot of the. He hasn't found almost anything dead. So, very lucky so far.
Oh, and the spike hit from this second crypt, you might have to come back for that.
Yeah, that is the. That's pretty much the end of the Forbidden Wood storage route, or excuse me, the Earth Temple storage route. You can lose your storage at this point and be fine.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm thinking of All Legends. And oh no, that's a Tingle statue, which we know is dead.
So yeah, not very useful, but that will still be. I think that's the second Tingle statue we found this seed. We might be at 4 already. I'm not sure. But either way, yeah, we're skipping it. Skipping the trauma from last seed. And heading into Jalhalla. You know, again, Mercury failing some of the strats in Forbidden Woods. Just these micro time saves that you can't help but notice compared to someone like Loud, but it's only up to like a minute. He has not had any huge debilitating mistakes, and I was worried he was gonna use a safety leaf there, but it looks like he's committing to the item slide trick here. Let's see if he pulls it off. Very nice ledge grab. That's clutch, and yeah, I can't remember if it was Mercury or another one of our Simu runners, but I know we've had runners that did not go for the item slide strat in the past, but that's really nice to see Mercury pulling that off.
Yeah. Does Loud have Hurricane Speed?
I believe. Oh, he does not. So he never found Picto Box.
Yeah.
So, without that Picto, he never picked up.
That's very sad.
Yeah. I believe that was from Moblin's Letter. So that's an item that Mercury got a long time ago. But yeah, we might be required with Minenko. We're still not sure yet. But for now, that's one of the other long path hits that Mercury has been down that led to nothing. So it's just been a steady leap as we or steady run as we reach the hour mark. We'll look at locations difference. Loudscapes has had about a 10 check lead the entire seed, and right now it's exactly at 10. So holding steady, even though he's been stuck in this boss fight for a couple minutes.
Yeah, he also did not check a whole lot in Earth Temple, even though I mean, so basically he did not check a whole lot in Earth Temple, but that's just because he's gonna go for it right now, and that's gonna be real fast checks compared to Mercury, which has a bunch of other overall checks remaining. Also, all of Earth Temple. So yeah, right now, Loud is in the lead.
I'm curious what you think the best move is for Mercury here. If you're Mercury, do you try to clear this overworld, or do you head straight into Earth Temple? Because Mercury found his light arrows, he found his command melody in Forbidden Woods. He is now ready for Earth Temple as well. It's entirely open. If you're Mercury, what do you do next?
I mean, honestly, Mercury, not a fan of storage threats. I would go for Earth Temple. You know, I mean, bombs is nice, but you don't strictly need them, so... I'd say right now, you don't have very much an incentive to go grab bombs, I believe, for Earth Temple. So yeah.
That's a good point. And I can't think of too much in the overworld that will... Yeah, nothing's gonna speed him up in the dungeon itself, and the only other option is trying to go mode the dungeon, which we can't say for sure if that's possible yet. It looks like Loud hasn't found anything spiky.
Yeah, I mean, considering that he has access to Earth Temple, I would just go do Earth Temple. But yeah, I get your point. Oh, also, nice little glitchless right here from Loud. I believe he'll, yeah, goes for it. Very precise. I struggle with that.
Yep. Loud's I know he's not the biggest fan of Earth Temple, but it's really just that storage route. Once you get that out of the way, and now he's clearing left and right side, it's kind of very chill. And second time he's forgotten to push the block here. It's a little funny, but yeah, it's just gonna be a very chill clear for Loud. Meanwhile, Mercury going for a swim, using the hammer now.
Yeah,
avoiding his
not much
old nemesis.
Alright, let's see if that's, yeah, that looks like a whole lot more. And yeah, as I predicted, he's gonna go for Earth Temple.
Alright, so it's gonna be really hard for him to make up any time on loudscapes here. But there's just still... Loudscapes definitely has a lead, but it's still anyone's game. Coming out of this dungeon, it looks like we're not going to be finding our 2 swords and cheese in here. There's just not really been too much that Loud has found. There's still always possible. Still a lot of checks to go, but looks like it's still going to be a scramble coming out of the dungeons, as is all too typical in seeds like this.
Yeah.
Actually, Mercury is going to save up time to loudscapes just from abandoning the item slide strat in this first room. I forgot loudscapes did lose a decent bit of time there. So
yeah, but he got it back by doing the storage route pretty much perfectly. Alright, another mail. No Chimon.
I do think we will see Mercury attempt storage. If memory serves, he does know the storage route. Oh! And he just put Medley on top of the door! I've never seen this before!
Oh no.
He just... she was in the middle of sliding off, it looked like. He played Command Melody at a strange time, but... leaving Medley on top of the door. Wow.
Wait, so am I missing something? What does he do for this one room with the Flowmasters if he can have use bombs?
So, I imagine he's just gonna have to completely skip that room. On the storage route, you can just... we saw Loudscapes head over to the right side and pick up that... That Stormflasher's chest was also spiky. I'm trying to remember...
it was the spoils bag.
Oh, yes. So, we might see Mercury skip that on his storage route, but he'll be able to get it if he heads back.
Yeah, let's see what he opts for. Alright, and storage route it is, it seems like.
And it seems like Loud found a spiky, so the Earth Temple basement might be required after all. The basement is one of the rooms that has the most potential for time loss in these settings because of some interesting tricks with a roll clip, but Loudscapes actually, I was incorrect. He did not find a spiky chest. He's actually getting this chest to avoid exactly what I was talking about, avoid the roll clip altogether. So by getting chest storage, you're able to clip down to the big key room and completely avoid any and all possible time loss. Just a little time to a few Wind Waker dives instead of this rather precise frame perfect roll clip. So yeah, easily clipping the floor there because of your weird hitbox, and then you're able to just go fight the Earth Temple big key. I was almost gonna say mini boss again, but I guess these are just the protectors of the big key in order to get his chest.
The two bubbles and Dark.
Well, Mercury on Earth Temple roll clip 1. We mentioned this is the one Loudscapes got first try. Mercury, he's rolling late every time, or he's spamming the button. It's one of the two options. So if you're getting a rollout, you're obviously not pressing A early. So I want to see some adjustment here. I want to see him fail early at least once, but there he goes. Okay. Once again, very, very like Mercury to he never over adjusted. Just like we saw in storage earlier, he went from all early to then instantly getting it.
Yeah.
So. Looks like oh no, Mercury. Looks like he is going for the Floor Master room. He just opened it up. I hope he doesn't head in, because if he doesn't know that he can't do bomb push storage, he's going to be forced to perform chest storage on a chest or abandon his storage altogether.
Yeah, and that would be very sad, but fortunately it looks like it doesn't... Yeah, he doesn't want to go to this room.
Okay, I was worried there. He was just opening it up for later.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so Loudscapes went in needing 1 wild cheese and 2 swords and a hookshot. He comes out needing all of those same items with the addition of Note to Mom and a spoils bag. So really not a whole lot, unless of course the spoils bag and Note to Mom is the path to go mode. But Loud's gonna have he's gonna have a few minutes to get through this overworld and check before Mercury's gonna be out of Earth Temple. And even then, Mercury is still missing the Triforce shards from Ice, I believe. Oh, at this point it's only from Big Pig. Mercury does have his Ice Ring shard.
Yeah, which could be very bad for him because Big Pig is slow and no one wants to check it. So yeah, we'll just have to see.
He also needs to head to Cabana before he can even think about Big Pig, so Mercury's got some chains to follow. But we saw how Spoils treated Loud last time. Already, it's not off to a strong start. Orca making us use our Hurricane Spin. Oh, and something else I didn't consider. Mercury doesn't have bombs for this Warp Pot. So,
oh no, and looks like he doesn't want to check.
Oh no!
Oh no, that's very bad.
He went to go check the basement instead of getting the Warp Pot altogether.
Yeah, and you cannot...
And he sword splashed. He's stuck.
Yeah, you cannot use Divine Series. You have just storage, unfortunately, so he has to abandon that. I wonder if he's saved or not. Maybe he wants to retry as is. I would not, but yeah.
I have to imagine he's saved here. I would find it very difficult to believe if he has to even redo this first room again. That would be really tragic.
He did save.
Okay, that's good to see. So that's really unfortunate for Mercury. That's going to be losing a couple minutes, but there are alternatives to the storage route. He can get storage again, but I think it's more likely we just see him. Yeah, he's opting for right side now.
Yeah, that's a big. Oh, Loud found another sword. I think I don't actually know where he is. I'd say Eastern.
I think it was Thorn Fairy.
Oh yeah, he's stoned. Okay, my bad.
So, yeah, that's just like earlier in the seed, Mercury went to Western, got something completely useless. Instead, he could have gone to Thorn and had a sword. So it's just, again, Loudscapes making all the right choices and leaving so many dead islands still possible in this overworld. It's possible for him to skip a lot. I am curious. It looks like he's just swimming to Dragon Roost. I don't think that saved time to him warping with the boat, thanks to some less than stellar water RNG, but... Oh, he's also... Actually, I'm not sure, because you'd want to use the hook shot if you use your boat, but he's still looking for a hook shot as well.
Yeah, right now he's going to check Hoskit, but then remember that he does not strictly need hookshot to finish the seed. It would be pretty cool to see a zombie hover. I'm not sure he wants to go for it. Actually, I'm sure he does not want to go for it. Also, that's all the balls, I believe.
Yeah, that is bottle percent. That's only bottle number 2, I believe, for Loud. Or... No, it might be bottle number 3. I'm struggling to remember where they all are now. Obviously, it's not the most important thing, but something I was going to mention was Mercury going for storage here and really struggling to get storage in this alternate dive spot. He finally gets it, but he's going to be attempting the storage route again. He did not... I don't even know if he checked his destructible wall. I have to imagine he did since he brought Medley in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did check that. But Mercury, I think he's going back for Medley. I'm not sure what he's doing here.
Yeah, I'm very much wondering what he's thinking about right now. I mean, in a situation like this, you have to assume that the nerves are kicking in. Okay. Opting to use Medley instead of going for an item slide. Sure.
I wonder if he did that last time and we just missed it.
Oh yeah, Jory making a good point. Once you go through, or does the elephant statue go away? I'm not sure.
Yeah, so he doesn't need statue storage for the Song Stone, but the elephants, I'm not sure about the elephant statues, and he might still want storage to either try to get this... The elephant statue is gone.
Yeah.
To either get this warp pot, you can use chest storage and power bracelets to grab this warp down here, or he really wants to commit bringing storage all the way to the basement. Which we'll have to see here. I really would like to see Mercury grab the warp pot here, but I don't know if he knows how. Instead, no, he's going right back for the basement. I gotta say, I'm not a fan of this.
Yeah, I'm also pretty scared.
He's gonna be able to full clear this basement, and we know that both the chests here are dead thanks to a loud checked. But he's going to have to go through Earth Temple. He's either going to have to backtrack and climb up the vines, or he's going to have to backtrack through all of Earth Temple again to make it to Jahala. And he still has not picked up his third crypt chest, which, again, is just a Tingle statue, but he saw it spiky earlier. This is just kind of chaining more and more for Mercury.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Loud deciding to clear out Star Island. We know how that went last time, so let's see if that's a better thing today, hopefully.
His old friend back. We know there's no spoils bag here, but it's spiky.
Oh, but it's spiky.
Let's see. Oh, Mercury? It's a sword! That's great for
It's
him.
a sword.
And Mercury didn't clear his chest storage, and I don't believe he's soft locked. I
Yeah,
think
no, he's not
he is
soft locked.
he's just stuck. So there is a soft lock here, but I think Mercury's just stuck with his camera. He's not actually soft locked here. Yeah, there he goes. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's out. So opting to not grab the chest there, it just loses some time.
Also, you have to wonder how is he gonna clear that, because he still needs to go to the boss, because he still doesn't have anything to open the warp pod, so
Yeah,
I think
that's
he
a
can
good point.
clip out. I think he can clip out in the main, the big mirror room right here. And he's probably gonna opt for that. Although you have to wonder if he knows about it.
He may also just open this chest. That'll also get rid of his chest storage.
Oh yeah, for sure. Or not.
But no, he is. Oh, this is. I think there's just a lack of game knowledge here. He's not gonna be able to climb this ladder. He has to backtrack to Valhalla, which is already slow, and he doesn't know that he can't climb
Oh
the ladder.
no. Oh no.
So
yeah, that's
okay.
what happens
Looks like
when
he
you don't
does-
watch other play.
yeah.
Oh, hook shot. He cooked.
He cooked the hook shot. So the spoils bag, very required. Star Island and spoils bag helping out loud back to back. I wonder, are we
redemption.
gonna see his nemesis from last seed? He also died to damp a pig. So is he gonna fix up everything that hurt him last seed? Could it end up helping him this seed? That would be an absurd. This would also be an absurd time to get go mode. There's still a lot that Loud has left to clear. Including, I believe I just remember one of the other bottles were at Diamond Step, he skipped over completely. Western, which, again, Mercury has been and is dead. But this is a huge opportunity for Loudscapes. Only one item from go. And Mercury is going to need to, again, go through Earth Temple to get his right side one more time. So Mercury's still not done in here.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate, very slow Earth Temple. Oh no.
Oh no, Loud.
That would have been a good time to pick out the backup fairy from Mercury.
Okay, Loud is... He has one pig left. He has them all de-aggroed now. Okay. Very scary. Almost dying again. Giving a quick +1. Showing his +1 to the camera. But not taking the death this time. You have to give it up for that heart container. I don't know where he found that heart container, but huge shoutouts to wherever he found that. Saving Loudscape's seed once again. And opts to not safety save. Oh, because he's going to be chaining swims here, maybe? Yeah. Heading to Rockspire. So, just one cheese is all that separates Loudscapes from a really nice time here.
Yeah, Mercury almost clearing those two pose with Light Arrow, which if you've done some Old Dungeon speedruns, you know that it's not a good idea to do that. So if you do, that's gonna respawn the mask, but then there's not gonna be any blows. So the mask is just gonna sit here for a bunch of time, and then he's gonna eventually reform and just spawn another bow. So actually worked in his favor.
Yeah. In Randomizer, that is patched out. You
Oh,
are able
really?
to pull a final bow. Yeah. But I will say, it was a rude awakening. As someone that learned Randomizer first, when I did my first All Dungeons run, and I was just staring at the mask for a solid 10 seconds, and then the pose came back, I was really upset. So,
That's new to me.
Mercury. Yeah. Mercury spared from the same fate. Shout outs to all the glitches and soft locks that have been patched out of Randomizer.
Yeah.
But yeah, he opting to take the dungeon warp instead of save quitting. So we're gonna see again, Mercury has to enter Earth Temple, and he has to clear left side, and he has to go clear the Floor Master's room, which we know is required. So it's still a long way to go here.
Yeah, but then again, Loud has troubles finding his last cheese. Although he doesn't have much to do right now. Has 11 locations remaining, so yeah. He's gonna find it soonish.
We talked about the locations remaining once before this seed. I mentioned that Loudscapes had just about a 10 check lead most of the seed, and he managed to even maintain it through his Earth Temple storage clear, which was the least amount of checks, the least amount of chests that he opened up in one sitting. And he still maintained his lead. Now the lead has grown from 10 to 20 checks. Mercury has just been stuck with having not cleared a single new check in Earth Temple for a while here. And we know that he's only going to find... The only thing useful he's going to find is the spoils bag. Everything else is dead. So, this is really up to Loud to just execute properly. And if he does, I believe we're going to see him reach full clear before Mercury has a chance to get lucky. But
yeah, for sure.
The execution's the biggest part of it, because we're going to see he's heading to Diamond Step, which has definitely given some problems in the past. But
oh yeah, and he doesn't have to do this thread that Mercury used for Diamond Step because he has hook rods. So that's good. That's good.
now, if I were a Triforce piece, where would I be? You know, looking at Loud's tracker, it really could only be in one of two places, which is Islet of Steel or Bomb Island, unless we find another path. For example, it could be Menenko. So we know that Mercury, his only advantage that he's had this seed has been having Moblin's Letter, which I believe Loudscapes will pick up very soon. Having Moblin's Letter, which led to a Picto Box. Those have been the only items that Mercury has really had over Loud, and we'll see if those end up coming in clutch with Menenko at the end of the day. But Loud's getting closer and closer to what he needs.
Yeah, unfortunately, not quite the right position. He's getting there though.
There he goes.
Oh yeah, that's it.
I think he realized his foot was on the wrong dot. And then also having the leaf here when Mercury did not, he's going to save a lot of time to the warp pot movement instead.
Yeah, and
So,
that's also bottom percent for Loud.
Yep, that is all.
Very cool. Alright, let's see. So he's gonna go clear Maggie, which we know leads to the Picto Box, which we know Pumpkin Vera has Hurricane Speed. So let's see if after that he decides to go for... so it's gonna be either Islet of Steel or Bomb Island, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to have to be one of those two.
Yeah.
So Loud, he had the opportunity to skip so many islands if he just got a little lucky. Unfortunately, we're seeing him head down these paths that Mercury has already fallen victim to, but just having the item advantage that he does, he's gonna get through these a lot quicker. And equipping the boomerang. Oh, he's Lenzo clipping. I understand. Yeah, chaining into the Picto here. Loudscapes is a huge fan of the boomerang for Lenzo clip, so most runners, once they find an item sliding item, like the bow or the grapple, like we saw earlier, you will never see the boomerang again. But this is one of the rare times where you will see Loudscapes. I really like this, opting for safety strats. He is actually abandoning Lenzo clip after his first attempt, and just instantly
Yeah, that's definitely the right play, though. He has a lot of advantage. No need to rush for a dump strat.
Yes.
And yeah, Mercury did do Pompian Vera. That was Hurricane Speed.
It was a hurricane spin. Yeah. That's gonna be very fun. Very fun to see Loudscapes. He's been teabagging a little bit on the fun things this seed. I imagine it'll be fun to see one more set of teabags from Loud. But at this point, he has 3 locations accessible. We know Western is nothing, but we'll have to see where he chooses to go. If I'm Loudscapes, I'm probably going to Western. I know both of us have had races finding a go mode at Western so often. I don't know why it feels like it ends up there more than any other fairy island, but obviously this seed, Thorn worked out better for him.
Yeah, right now though, any island he goes, he could just save Scummit.
That's a great plan as well. At this late in the seed, they're all single checks. There's, he's gonna save time on Mercury having to warp out or some of the non-save strats. And
Right.
all right, yep. There's the save, just like you predicted, and now it's just seeing where he goes. And yep, straight to Western. Oh no, I lied.
Yeah.
He headed south. I did not
That's
expect him
what
to
I
turn
thought.
south at Great Fish. That's okay.
And that's
This is
might
a
just
50-50
work out.
here.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. So remember, he only needs cheese to be in go mode and finish the seed. And that is not a spiky. So that means
Looks
the
like
last
it'll
piece of
be,
cheese. Yeah, it's gotta be at Bob Island. But being loud, I would go to Western right now. Alright, let's see. Yeah, he's going for Western
Yeah.
this time for sure.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow swim, but we're seeing he has two locations left. He's gonna get down to 1 accessible, and as we predicted, Mercury is now joining him in the overworld clear. Mercury has 13 accessible, so Mercury has a lot more on his plate. But we could see Mercury just get lucky and get what he needs back to back to back.
Yeah, but you have to remember that he still needs the spoils bag to get Big Pig, which, if I was Mercury, I would not do Big Pig very early. I think a lot more checks are much more worth it. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, that's a great point. He will be getting his he'll be getting the bait bag right here, but there's really, yeah, it's really hard to imagine what logic you would need to just get a perfect go mode pathing here, especially when Star Island has one of the swords. That is never a good feeling.
Yeah, and especially since right now Loud only has 1 check remaining, which is gonna grant him so he's that bit of cheese, and then so Mercury has to catch up and pray for Loud to mess up. So yeah, not looking good.
And if I'm Loudscapes, I'm feeling really good about this seed in general. I know me and him have talked a lot about overall just like what times we kind of expect from seeds, what we like to get. And considering this is a full clear with Earth Temple, yes, it did have 2 other very fast dungeons, but he is down to 0 accessible now that he's marked this off. And it's a seed with Earth Temple in it at all. It's going to be slow. He's going to be really happy. He's on pace to possibly get sub 140 here. A time in the 130s. So It's going to require some really good execution, but if I'm Loud, I think he knows that he is exactly on the pace he wants to be, and he can just play very safe, play the way he needs to, and especially seeing that chest spiky. I guess it didn't occur to him that he might have been DNFing if that chest was not spiky, but instead he is anything but DNFing and very close to go mode.
Yeah, going strong. Alright, yeah, but I agree. For a full clear, this is really fast.
Oh no,
Missing twice.
Magdale turning into Neo from the Matrix, and dodging everything.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Triforce or Pharaoh's Pearl? Triforce! And that is go mode. Yep. That is go mode. No formalities. Nothing to see here. Except just seeing if he can beat Hyrule. Yeah, he's gonna... Loudscapes does average around a 7-minute Hyrule, if I'm not mistaken, so it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be really hard to get the sub 140 here, but I've seen him have some really clean Pelvigan fights, so all that's left to do is sit back and enjoy the show now. We have seen Hyrule Disasters. The race is obviously, it's never over until it's over, but with Loudscapes taking such an advantage here, I imagine he's going to go for some safe strats, and
yeah, especially since he's not going to be relying on anything really hard, something like he's not going to have to do zombie hover, so yeah. Also, Mercury finding a lot of good things. He found the hook shot. So.
Yeah, he's just gonna be 2 cheese and 2 swords. So it's gonna be a bit of a scramble, but still, the fact that he doesn't have to hover is great. So something we didn't give context on is these 2 runners' history, both in terms of randomizer and in the speedruns past. So as far as I know, Mercury's first experience with Wind Waker HD at all was with the randomizer, outside of maybe the casual playthrough. So Mercury started with the randomizer, and so did Loudscapes. Both of them randomizer proteges, but Loudscapes is the one that learned the speedrun, just any percent. But he has made his way to top 10 in no MSS, and just about top 20, getting a sub-hour time in the MSS category. So Loudscapes is very familiar with this endgame. He's done it 1,000 times. But it's really interesting to see the unique perspective that some of these runners have coming from the randomizer instead of coming from a vanilla game.
Yeah, you'd expect the majority to be the opposite, but that's not the case. You have a bunch of random runners that are not associated with speedrunning, and also just random runners that came to speedrunning afterwards. So yeah.
Yeah, we have a pretty good mix of runners in this tournament. I think I can think of at least 5 runners. We have 10 people in the bracket. At least 5 of us started on randomizer instead of the vanilla speedrun. So it's really interesting to see, and we're gonna see some matchups in this tournament of runners that started on vanilla versus runners that started on rando. But,
yeah. Overall, though, I think you being someone who started on rando can say that starting on rando is not a disadvantage. Although you do play a lot of vanilla nowadays, but still, before that you were a very good runner and you're still are. So yeah.
Yeah, it's randomizer. Starting on randomizer is I would never consider it a disadvantage. Also, Loudscapes Phase 1 already done. That was insanely clean.
It was perfect.
Yeah, that was just about a perfect Phase 1. starting with the randomizer, it's so dense that starting from the vanilla speedrun is just as daunting. All the tricks you need to learn, finding all the optimal small strats on every island, it's really daunting. And being able to use the randomizer as a background to learn some of these speedrun tricks is really fun. I know just being able to figure out item sliding or super swimming, just in terms of a randomizer going from island to island is a really fun way to learn instead of committing to a full game run.
Yeah, and also quick shot.
Also Crip Shot, yeah, we're just talking through loudscapes getting an insanely clean high roll right now. Oh my god, he does not often go for fall shot. Didn't get it, but bailed out by some RNG there.
Yeah, but that's fine. Full shot is pretty safe.
Also, Mercury opting for no gyro manual aim strats and pulling them off. The Wiz Robe's not spawning any enemies there, so it's great.
Yeah, having gyro for this game specifically is very good, but yeah, Mercury, he's used to it. And also truck shot. Okay, Loud cannot stop.
Yeah, I mentioned sub 140 is possible. He's averages around 7 minutes. Loud said, screw all of that. I want to finish now. He wants sub 140, and he wants it bad. Obviously, the runners have no idea how the race is actually going right now. But Loud is not. He could be going for safety strats. He could just climb this rope. I imagine we're going to see a pretty nice match here. He is not slowing down one bit, and I love to see that.
Yeah, I think he might just have to go for grapple skip if he wants to get his sub 140, which if I was Loud, I would really want that 140. So yeah, he's going for it.
It's going to be really close.
All right.
He hits it. So this Gandorf fight takes around 40 seconds. So as long as he enters before 39:20, we're good. So he's going to drink the soup, take a little extra time, but he should still have a little bit of leeway here.
Yeah, for sure. And especially with soup, he's guaranteed to have the one cycle on the second phase.
Never say never. Never. I've definitely seen runners get slapped by Ganondorf in that 2 seconds before Zelda shoots, but
oh no,
Loud avoids it, and yes, now it's all but guaranteed.
Yeah, all right.
I love Wheelay, me too. And Loud using all of his Wheelay and getting the nice camera pan skip here at the end. And securing his sub 140. GG's. What a performance. Obviously there was Loudscapes knew that he had to lock in, fighting for his tournament life. And he was grinding for days. He was messaging people for strats. I know he was not taking this lightly at all. And it showed. It definitely showed today. This was a great performance from him.
Yeah. Definitely one of the seeds where he played the better. He did not miss a lot of strats, had a perfect Earth Temple, a very good Forbidden Woods, and yeah, overall, I think he played really well, routed also real well. Even though this was a full clear, it was a very fast full clear.
I agree. It would not have been possible to go mode without Earth Temple and without that spoils bag unless you were skipping hookshot. Or even then, it was one of the swords locked behind. I can't remember where the very last sword was. Or no, it's just Bomb Island. The swords were not locked behind there. So technically, there is a world where you could skip hookshot and skip spoils bag. That world does exist, but I don't think any of us want to live in it, and instead Loud just kind of walks it in.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can get him in here for an interview.
Yeah, he's gonna be in the waiting room any minutes now for sure. Might just be cooling off. I mean, this seed was pretty insane. definitely
Yeah.
very good for his standards for sure.
Yeah, I think in
But
terms
yeah,
of the average times around the randomizer, I believe Loud averages around a 145. I'd have to take a look back at the stat page, and obviously it's been a little bit since that stat page was compiled, but this is above his standards, and again, for just a seed having Earth Temple, I think exceeding all expectations here and just
yeah, full
playing very
clearing,
well.
power temple, everything. Oh yeah, that's a good point in chat. Could be a bombless seed for Mercury. I believe that's possible. Yeah, for sure, actually.
Yeah, it definitely is possible because he needs to head to let's see, Star Island for a sword, and then I'm not sorry, not Star Island for a sword, Star Island for cheese, and then Big Pig for cheese. Meanwhile, Mercury just needing his sword from Bomb Island here, and then he'll be ready to go mode. So
Yeah, he's still missing. Wait, no, Bomb Island doesn't have a sword.
Bomb Island, I'm so sorry, I'm mixing up the items. Bomb Island cheese, Star Island cheese, or Star Island sword, Big Pig cheese. That's it.
That's it.
Yes. Apologies for that.
And unfortunately, as I predicted, he's not going to be checking Big Pig anytime soon. He still has to do a bunch more checks that would be much faster to check, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe if he's forced to warp, we can see a warp to outset, and that'll send him in the right direction. But if he's able to chain super swims, which it looks like he is, yeah, it looks like we're not going to be skipping bombs. We're not going to be skipping much of anything.
Hello, Loud.
And Loudscapes, welcome in. GG's.
GG's. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
We can, yeah.
All right. I as soon as it was over, I tried to open up Discord and it just would not open, so I had to reset my PC.
Oh, I see.
Well, no worries. You're in now. And how are you feeling about that seed? Just before we get into any specifics, just curious overall, how do you feel about the performance?
I think I played really good. I think I got a lot of tricks really quickly. And I also think that could have been like 8 to 10 minutes faster if obviously I just don't full clear like I do every seed I play ever.
Yeah, but still,
very true.
With a full clear, getting I believe it was 139.
Yeah, 139.
Yeah, that's really good.
With Earth Temple 2, and like I didn't skip anything. Like the only thing that skipped in the overworld was Miniko because I couldn't find Deluxe Picto. So that was like the only thing I didn't do.
Yeah. We were very interested in some of these path hints. I think early on it was really kind of hard to figure out what was the path hint in the mail, what was the delivery bag hint. What were you thinking about chasing those path hints?
I was chasing, let's see, we got delivery. I can't remember where we got delivery bag from, but like it just kept giving me items like delivery bag, bait bag, and I kept chasing things that were related to those items. That's why I went to Cabanas so early. Like right after Ice Ring, I think. But after like it gave me so many items that were all connected to each other, I kind of just threw like logic, the hints and the paths out the window because I didn't know what was leading to what anymore. So it was kind of just clear, and I was really just banking on getting Leaf. Like once I got Leaf, I knew the floodgates were kind of open to do whatever I wanted to do.
And we can tell you thought their Leaf placement was a little funny. We all thought it was goofy. All of those path hints, then you just found it at Southern Island.
Yeah. That I will say those were teabags of excitement because I'm like, yes, I can go to FW now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The path being on Neil Rock was definitely interesting.
Do what again?
The path being so I think the path with bait bag leads to Neil Rock, which led to bombs.
Oh yes.
Yep. Yeah, and it was like, so the whole path, it was wallet at Angular, that's a delivery bag in the mail. Delivery bag was Cabana in the Cabana, and then bait bag in Cabana, starting that chain, all to FF. And all of those bombs, so That I believe that was the FF hint leading to bombs, and then bombs leading to Leaf was also the Forbidden Woods hint. So they were connected.
Gosh, I mean, and I had
yeah.
fire and ice before bombs, I believe. So like I could have got it like really early on in the seed.
Yeah. I'm struggling to remember. So your first bow was Mother and Child, I believe. And
Yes.
then fire and ice was Paw Print, locked behind power bracelets. So
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
yeah. Southern was pretty early because your power bracelets were also pretty early.
yeah.
So the path logic might be incorrect. There's definitely some shenanigans going on this seed, but from a very early point, it seemed like you guys, we maybe not heading towards full clear, but towards a very broad clear, a lot of slow checks, and you just kind of just didn't stop. You had about a 10 check lead on Mercury for the first hour, and then by the time you made it into Earth Temple, you just flew through Earth Temple, and he did not. Mercury ran into a couple of problems with the storage,
Yeah.
falling, trying to jump down to the basement and accidentally jumping down to through the fog to the floor masters.
Oh no, that's rough.
Yeah.
That's
So
rough.
at that point, you took a huge lead. There's one check I have to ask you about. I know
Okay.
you practiced it. I know you got some new strats for it. But Dampa Pig did not go your way, man.
Ah!
Oh yeah.
All right, so you want to hear excuse this week? Here's my excuse for it this time. I was too far away on the rock to talk to him, and I was trying to tap target so I could talk to him, and instead of like, I thought, okay, I can tap target, hit A, talk to him, jump slash off the rock. I thank God it still worked, and I didn't die. For heart enjoyers unite, but
Yeah. Huge shout out to the fourth heart.
ugh, dude, I don't like. It's such an anomaly because I never mess that up in practice. It's just, I guess every time I go on ZSR, I'm gonna almost die or die to pigs. That's just what's gonna happen from now on.
Well, or you're gonna have another chance to face the pigs. So this was again an elimination match. So huge congrats to surviving and making it through.
Yes, keep staying alive is all I can do.
Yep. So you will go on to play the loser of a match between I haven't never heard of these people. Teosha 444 and Chroma Q. I don't know either of those
Who's that?
Yeah, I'm not really worried about either of them. It should honestly just be a free cakewalk to the next round.
It'll be a walk in the park for you.
Yeah, definitely.
No, it's gonna be a sick match regardless of who I get. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some little waiting there to see what happens in the bracket, but that's gonna be really exciting. So next we might either see me and Tio face off whenever we decide that happens. It also looks like on one side of the bracket. So for those of you that might not know too much about HD Randomizer, but you've maybe just seen like the Zelda Speedruns channel or like the one that just has constant speedruns showing, you might have seen one name pop up a few times, maybe a couple names. Mr. Alberto 23 and Joash, two of the goats of this game that have many of the world records. Alberto has the full leaderboard sweep. Joash, second place in many categories, has some of the category extensions as well. Two of the goats of this game are going to be playing. It looks like this coming Tuesday afternoon, August 5th. So we're gonna wait to get an official time on that, but just as a little heads up to what we could be looking forward to. One of the biggest goats, and then they're gonna face another demon in Mason Star 1. So there have been some huge names in this bracket that we have not seen on stream yet. It's going to be really exciting. I'm really looking forward to this bracket.
I didn't realize that their match was scheduled. I'm excited. You said 3 days?
So they may have been messaging about it during your match. So
let's go.
Yeah. So it looks like we do have a date and time, but nothing is confirmed for ZSR just yet. So we are going to have to wait and see exactly. Oh, Mercury got a little unlucky there. Sorry, I was just watching Mercury's screen. We're gonna have to wait and see exactly what time they're gonna be on here, but that's gonna be one of the matches of the tournament.
Yeah, that's
Mercury
for sure.
Picking up his last cheese here. Now I have to wonder, is he gonna high roll Gamba?
He still needs a sword.
He needs to go
Yeah,
to Star Island.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't get wrecked by Star this week. Let's go! I'm so happy.
Let's go. Yeah.
Didn't get
Both
wrecked by
spoils
Star.
and Star. We were wondering if you're gonna
Yeah, the
fourth cover,
redemption.
Because, I'm just curious as what you were thinking. Was the Morph cover ever in your head? Were you just hoping to find Hookshot? Would you go for Morph cover?
150%. If I found that last cheese before Hookshot, I was sprinting to Morthever. I was going to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
150. That's
I was gonna do it. But there was a slight sigh of relief when I did find Hookshot before the cheese. I'm like, okay, I don't have to worry about it anymore.
All right, looks like Mercury is going to Star Island after all. So.
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
No
He will. Yeah, he'll be skipping Hyrule. He'll be skipping Rockspire, and yeah. Okay, looks like. Oh, in the chat, you guys looking at bracket. Oh yeah, misreading the bracket. So I'll just go through. Looking ahead to the bracket real quick. So the next match. So loudscapes moves on, and he faces the loser of match 5, which is me and Tio. So on the other side of the bracket, on the loser side, in this exact losers round 1, Tom Lepatat is going to play against the loser of Mr. Alberto 23 and Joe Ash. So we're gonna have to wait for that match to happen, wait for that to be decided, and then we're gonna have Tom facing that loser, and then the winner of that match facing Insam. So sort of got a little confusing. We will, I'll go ahead and link the bracket in the chat now. Please don't bot me, bot. Okay, looks like we're good. This is the bracket for anyone curious what we're looking at right now. And we are already 5 matches in, out of a total, what are there, possible 20 matches? I forget how many there are in the matchup, but we are just getting started. It feels like we've already seen so much Wind Waker, and there's so much more left to be played. I am so excited for this tournament.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun all the way to the end.
Yeah, definitely.
And there's Mercury getting his boat. So we did mention, I think you got down to high roll around like 133, like 30. So
Yeah.
you put up I believe a sub 6 high roll, or just about a 6-minute high roll, which is very fast.
It was pretty good. I got the Crypt Shot, I got Morth. My first face Puppet Ganon was really good. Getting the Puppet Ganon was real. I don't really recall any mistakes in high roll.
Yeah, for sure. But again, you got all the shots on the shots on the first phase, and then you got Crypt Shot, and then following up, you got Truck Shot. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there's the little mishap on Falling Shot, but you got bailed out. And I think
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then maybe going for Sleepless One cycle would be like 2 more seconds. But besides that, it was
nice. Even like my fear of like messing up the cycle or whatever. It was just the fear of dying. I'm like, you know what? I've cut it close way too many times. Let's just not die. That was really what all that was about.
Yeah, we were saying on comms, we have to imagine when you're in Hyrule. When you're facing Ganondorf and you're at like the 130 something mark, you have to be feeling pretty good. You had to know that you were probably in the driver's seat in this one.
Yeah, I peeped the timer as I went into Hyrule, saw that he wasn't done, and I'm like, okay, let's just cook this. Let's cook this up.
Yeah, I'm curious. I don't think Mercury has his eye on the race time, so he is not yet knowing the results of this seed, but
yeah, this scene is looking good for sub 2.
I'm not sure. I think.
Oh, do you?
I think it's gonna be close.
Yeah, you know what? You're right, actually.
I think he'd need on a good high roll. I think you'd need at least like 6 minutes. So it's probably gonna be like a 202, 203 ish, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd need to item slide through that room if he wanted a chance.
I was reading that as 155 for some reason, which, yeah.
It still was a little jarring sometimes not seeing the cutscene play when you open the trials door.
Dude, yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
And that or doing some random strat in vanilla, aka going through and watching the whole game cutscene. I'm still mad.
Yeah, I have definitely done that before. I can't say I've done that on pace for as good a run as you were on, Tio, but very
No, that's
painful.
fine.
Some of the muscle memory bleeding back and forth. It's all too common in the rando. Yeah, that's actually a really good point Jari made. So we mentioned Mercury. Earlier there was mentioned he's on Simu, which is the Wii U emulator. He's playing on PC right now, and because of that, you're actually able to still utilize the gamepad screen, but you're able to use it with your mouse on either a second monitor, or I believe Mercury puts it on the same monitor. So he has a monitor set up with the gamepad, and the tracker, and a notepad, all next to each other. So that's a very good point. Mercury probably cannot see race time or Discord, so he has no idea the results of this race.
Yeah, he's playing on the very scuffed setup. Sadly missing the free shot and then another shot. Let's see if he gets this third one. Yes, he does.
Yeah, Mercury's just not waiting for the slow shots here. This fight is obviously a lot harder without gyro, so it's gonna
Yeah, I
be.
mean, me and you have both been there. It's rough without gyro. I remember this fight being a grind.
Yeah.
Finishes up phase 1.
I know some
something I've noticed
runners. Yeah, go ahead.
Something I've noticed about Mercury this entire race, looking at his face cam, he is just very unfazed. He's one of the calmest runners I've seen. Things that either didn't go his way or did go his way. I've saw him react maybe twice ever on the face cam. And I think, this is obviously the end of his tournament life, but that's a really, really good mentality to have. He's really just did not get bogged down by any of the mistakes and just kept moving.
Yeah, just having fun.
Exactly. So, really nice to see from Mercury. Although this will be the last time we see him in bracket. I'm sure we will probably see him again sometime in the booth or tracking or in a future tournament coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, narrowly misses the crit.
Yeah, very close one too. Alright, but let's see if truck shot goes for him. Oh, YOLO truck shot.
Oh.
Okay. Sure.
I'm a huge fan of YOLO drag shot, but
It is very cool.
hitting.
I wouldn't even know how to go, like, where to aim. I don't even, like, go about doing that.
You just kind of do. Oh,
You
nice.
just do.
Yeah. It's you
Oh,
get
really?
an idea. He gets about the same amount of height every time. Also pipe. Let's go, Mercury. He is
Yeah.
smiling there,
Yeah.
hitting the drag shot. That's gotta feel really good. He gets about the same amount of height as a normal trog shot, and the center of his body still arcs. It's just slightly more to the left. It's a weird way, and there is a quote unquote consistent way to get YOLO trog. It's more consistent when he's turning a certain way, but that's never going to be an RTA viable strat or one that's worth going for, just because of the nature of getting an arrow reset. Now all that's left is Mercury to walk this in, use his grappling hook, get in there, and show Ganondorf who's boss.
I love that we both found every single bottle too. That's just fantastic.
Yep, full bottle percent.
That is
And
an,
Tingle Statue percent, I believe.
Maybe I probably just forgot to click one of mine, honestly.
I'm pretty sure he was. Single bottles, Hurricane Speed. We're just missing Hero Shell at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure. I saw 4 Tingle statues on Mercury's tracker, and then he found the 5th and never marked it because he didn't need to, but I can't remember where they are.
Yeah, me neither. Interesting stretch for Danny.
Yeah, interesting that he equipped the soup, did not use the soup.
Yeah, exactly.
So I imagine we're going to see it right here.
Ah. Alright, that grants for a quick 1 cycle.
Alright. And then Gandorf getting a little close for comfort, still gets the parry.
And that's time.
GG's.
GG.
That's a 2:02:35. So the final gap being just about 23 minutes.
And there it
that
is.
is-
GG.
Our first match of the losers bracket decided. GG's to Loudscapes. Let's even get Mercury in here for a quick little interview. And then we'll get this. Get everyone. I know it's late night in Europe, so we'll
Yeah.
get you guys going to bed. Don't worry, Tio.
I'm
I'll
probably
keep
the
you up
only
too late.
European here, so I'm fine.
Oh, I saw Jari in the chat too, so
Oh, yeah.
he's
Jari's
staying up late for us. Looks like Mercury will be in waiting room soon.
Yes, he is.
Hello,
Hello.
GG's Mercury.
GG's.
GG's, dude.
All right,
GG.
so I noticed I switched over to Discord and I saw a message from Chrome. Loud is done. I think we call it. So I have to wonder how much did I lose by?
Just about 23 minutes this seed.
Ah,
Yeah,
it was Earth Temple.
That's really what it was. I gotta say, early on, Loudscapes was playing kind of lights out. You were definitely playing well, Mercury, but getting unlucky. You did some of the longer paths, like finding that bait hurricane spin a lot earlier than Loud did.
Yeah.
And just some of those unlucky chances. And then by the time we made it into Earth Temple, Loud somehow sped up and did even better in Earth Temple. And obviously, you,
Yeah.
the storage did not go your way that time. But
Yeah, and I had to get storage a second time to kind of do that route. I kind of overcommitted to it, I think.
yeah, I think it would have been about just as fast to run through without storage. But I know you like to take it to the basement, so overall, still, I really like the fact that you didn't let that stop you or really get you down. You kept moving. There are a few times I noticed you were very stoic on the camera. Many times, whether getting something good or something bad happening, you're just very keep it going, keep persisting, which is really nice to see. Not letting it get to you at all.
Yeah, I mean that's the attitude you have to have, you know, because like at the end of the day, it's like yeah, it's a competition, but like if you're not, like if you let it get to you to that extent, then like there's something else you gotta work on. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's a good
I was just having
yeah.
fun with it.
That's what we love to hear. So overall, I think what were some of the other highlights of this race? We already talked about getting bottle percent. I think you won bottle percent. I think you beat Loud very slightly.
Yeah.
I have to go back and check the VOD. I don't think Loud had all of his bottles marked off, and I was not personally keeping track of them.
Yeah,
I got all 4.
that was the
I
first.
think I clicked them. I did.
Yeah, I think that was the first seed in a long time that I actually found all 4 bottles.
Yeah, that was a fun one, and yeah, I think it just came down to yeah, I'm sure you'll have a fun time rewatching this and seeing how it went.
Oh, yeah.
It definitely. It was very close for a while, and then Loudscape started to really sprint with it. But it was a very fun match to watch, and both of you guys getting the trog shot at the end was very nice. That was very hype to see.
Oh yeah.
So,
Nice.
but-
I got a little nervous when I generated the seed because the practice seed I had played right before had the same 3 dungeons.
Oh.
So I thought I did something wrong, but then the hints were different, so I was like, okay, this
Yeah.
is just different. But
Fair.
yeah, no, that was cool. I'm glad I didn't have to deal with Bird Peak Rock.
Yes.
Same.
Yeah. Some nice dead hints with Bird's Peak and Cliff Plat and the sea being dead, which is nice.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no insane item placements this seed. I think we talked about Loud, the Leaf was the funniest one. Just kind of, there's so many random paths, and then it just ended up at Southern Ferry, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm doing Forbidden Woods now. Or with you guys just instantly going there.
Yeah, and then what was it? It was well, I did Fortress out of logic because Bombs was like near the end of my seed, but and then like it was like as soon as I got Leaf, I went to Woods, and then as soon as Command Melody was in the first chest or whatever it was like Earth Temples right after. I think you probably did the same thing, right?
Yeah, Loud did in fact also go straight from Forbidden Woods to Earth Temple.
Yep. I think I woke to outlet and I checked Orca and then I went.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I didn't have my Knight's Crest by that
it was
point, I
Grandma
don't
or
think, so.
something like that. Yeah, I think it was Grandma, because your spoils bag was in Earth Temple.
Oh yes, it was Grandma. You're right. I knew it was something at outset. And of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
we get all 4 bottles and she has nothing. We love that. Love to see
Yep.
that.
True.
I saved Grandma early and I had my fingers crossed and everything.
Yeah, we
yeah,
did
I
see
saw the
that.
fingers crossed. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, but that's the first elimination match concluded. So yeah, Loudscape's gonna move on to losers round 2 to face the loser of the upcoming match. And the next match that we're likely to see on this channel to be Tuesday. Mr. Alberto 23 and Joe Ash. Still waiting for exact confirmation on the time, and obviously check for your time zone. So if you're not in the HD Randomizer Discord, join the Wind Waker HD Randomizer Discord to get updates on the tournament. You could also just follow along with the bracket. It was dropped in chat earlier. And if you have any questions, the community is amazing. If you want to get started on the randomizer, I totally recommend it. Everyone that has any interest in it at all, give it a shot. See if you like it.
For sure.
And we can use even more players.
Mhm.
Well, I'm also going to piggyback off of that and say we could also use more commentators and trackers so you can get more of these races on ZSR. Definitely want to thank Loudscapes and Mercury for the race they put on. So definitely go and give them a follow if you can. Also want to thank our commentators, Chroma Q and Teotia. I'm probably butchering the name, so I apologize.
No, that's fine.
And also definitely thanks for behind the scenes our trackers, Insomnitrix and La Plata 99. Don't know if y'all had anything else y'all wanted to add before we get out of here.
Play more Zelda. I think that's it for me.
Yeah.
Thank you, BT.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
GG's. Loud, you need to avenge me now. You have to carry my legacy as far as you can.
I'm gonna go as far as these thumbs will take me.
There you go.
All right. On that note, we're actually going to raid Anime Flareon, who's doing their first playthrough of Wind Waker. So go over there, be nice. I know, being the first time playing something, they might be a little rusty, but definitely cheer them on. And the next race on Tuesday, we'll try to see if we can get it on here for you on ZSR. But other than that, thank you for watching, everybody, and we will see you next time.